Hello, today I want to talk about a new feature in the Alma October 2013 release. Locate a resource before sending a borrowing request. Now we've seen in the past that it's possible to send a borrowing request to a list of institutions. We don't know which institution has the item, so we send it out to the first one, and if they reject it, we send it to the next partner in line, and if that partner rejects it, we send it to the third partner. We call that a rota, a list of partners. And now in the October release, we have an improvement on this feature, and that is only to send the borrowing request to those partners who actually have the item. So we want the ability to locate a resource before sending the borrowing request. So that's what we're going to demonstrate now. And in order to do this, we need to define something called a locate profile, which basically defines how to search for the item in each institution. So we're going to create a locate profile for each one of our partner institutions. And then when we make the borrowing request, it will be possible to search the partners first before sending the request. And Alma will only send the request to those partners who actually have the item. So let's start by creating a couple of locate profiles. Now today we're at the main campus, which is an institution that has two partners. Let's look at those two partners. Under Fulfillment Configuration menu, I go to Resource Sharing Partners, and we have two partner institutions for resource sharing, the British partner and the Korean partner. And I want to create a locate profile for each of those, which defines how to search each institution. So, how to create a locate profile? Alma, Fulfillment Configuration, Configuration menu. And under Resource Sharing, we have Locate Profiles. And we have two old ones here. Let's create a new one. So this one will be for our British partner. We'll call it British LP, British Locate Profile. And here we select the type of profile. If our partner is an Alma using institution, then we select Alma. And if we are going to search the partner using Z3950 protocol, we'll select Z3950. If we select no locate, then the partner will always receive the request. Alma will skip the search and just send out the request to that partner without locating. So in our example, we're selecting Z3950. Next. And here I provide the information for the connection. First is the resource. This is our British partner, and fortunately one of our external resources is the British Library Integrated Catalog. And let's test the connection. Connection succeeded. And I have two other parameters I can add here. I'm not going to do that in this example, but enrich with holdings is if you want to ensure that there are not just bibliographic records but also actual holdings. So here you would provide the code of the holding library, and basically you would write here the field and the subfield of where that code will be. Again, not in our example right now. And credentials is where you fill in any credentials that may be necessary to search the external resource. Okay, so let's save that. We've created our British locate profile, and let's add another one for the Korean library. So we'll call this Korean LP, Korean locate profile. And this one is also Z3950. Next, find resource, Korea, and National Library of Korea. We have very esteemed resource sharing partners today. Save. And we've created two new locate profiles, British and Korean. Now let's go back to our two partners under fulfillment configuration, resource sharing partners, and let's add to each partner their respective locate profile. Actions, edit, locate profile, British, select, and save. Now our British partner has a locate profile and we'll be able to search that partner for the item before sending the request. Let's do the same to the Korean. And locate profile, Korean locate profile, save. And now both of our partners are capable of being searched. Okay, so now let's continue our story. We're in the main campus. We have these two resource sharing partners. And along comes a patron into the library. And this patron wants the book If I Ran the Zoo by Dr. Seuss. And we don't have that in our library, and we want to send it to our resource sharing partners. Now, before I'm going to send it, I'm just going to do a test search. There's a bit of a detour just to see which one of the partners actually has the resource. Let's do search external resources for If I Ran the Zoo. We're now searching the British Library. And we can see the British Library has 3 results. This is the one, the book, If I Ran the Zoo by Dr. Seuss. And I've also arranged here to search the National Library of Korea. And we're searching, and as you can see, no records were found. So our British partner has the book, and the Korean partner does not have the book. So what we'll expect is that if we do everything correctly, Alma will only send the request to the British Library. So this was a little detour just so we have a sneak preview of what we expect to see. Now let's create the borrowing request. Add manually. It's a book. Here we fill in the details of the borrowing request. The title is If I Ran the Zoo. And the requester, that's the name of the patron. And we'll just select any old patron. John Brown. Pick up at the resource sharing library, agree to copyright terms. And now the interesting part, add partners. So I'm going to add our Korean partner. I can add them both, but I'm doing it one by one to make sure the Korean is first in list. We see here under partner, Korean partner. So they're going to be the first to receive it. Let's add another partner, British. And now we've added both our Korean partner and our British partner, and they're both now in the list to receive the borrowing request. Let's save the request. And here we are at the list of borrowing requests, and we can see here a new row action, locate resource. Now when I click this, Alma is going to search, locate the resource in both of the institutions, or in all the institutions in the list, and it will cull from the list the institutions that do not possess the item. So we'll expect it to cull the Korean institution from the list. And let's go ahead and click locate resource. Just notice now that the status is created borrowing request. When I hit locate resource, the status is locate in process, and we have to give this a few moments to run. And let's refresh. Here we are, status ready to be sent. So, basically Alma finished the search, and let's see if it indeed is going to send it now to British and not to the Korean. Edit. And indeed, partner now is British partner. So, save. And if we want to send a request, we just hit send over here, as in previous releases of Alma. So just to recap, we had an item that was owned by one of our partners, but not by the other. We created locate profiles for both of the partners. And when we clicked here on locate resource, Alma searched for the item in both institutions and removed from the list the institution that does not contain the item, so that the request will only be sent to the institution that did contain it. And this concludes our demonstration of locate a resource before sending a borrowing request. Thank you.